Mike and I went out to American Lake today. When we started, it was about 40 degrees, 38 degrees, somewhere in there. The water temperature was 44 degrees to start. It did warm up to a little over 45 through the course of the day. It was bright when we started, and so we thought the fish would be really near the surface, and so we ran a top line fly trail line about 150 feet behind the boat, no weight. And then Mike was set up on his side of the boat, 1.5 colors down. I was set up on my side, 2.5 colors down. And I did pick up a fish, 2.5 colors, but the bite was really slow. And Mike made the observation that, there was no chop on the water, there was no wind, and the sun was starting to rise and get pretty bright on the water. And so Mike made the first journey down. He went 3 colors down, plus about 25 feet into his backing, and I had a 4-color set up, so I went to 4 colors deep, plus about 25 or so feet into my backing. I was 240 feet behind the boat, and that held true all day. Bite held until about noon, and then just completely shut off. And so we ended up doing really well. On top of getting 2 limits of fish, we had another 17 takedowns that didn't hook up. So really, the fishing was pretty good for a cold day, and it looked like we had a storm moving in as well. But overall, great trip on the water, and it was the maiden voyage for my Go Fish cam that I got for Christmas. And so I just going to include one clip because I need to figure out how to weight it so it has the right view, especially when you change the gear you're trolling. I did manage to catch 1 fish today on that setup with the camera on, but apparently the battery had died. I was trolling a rolled worm behind that camera. I got a fish, but the camera was dead, and so that footage is not there. So we'll take the camera out, work on the front end weighting to make sure we get the best camera angle, and hopefully we'll have some footage of that for you in the coming days. I hope you enjoy this video.
What are you trolling there, Pete? Is that the pink trout tricks?
That's a pink trout, bubblegum trout tricks. And a mini willow leaf dodger. 2.5 colors out.
Lethargic this time of year, aren't you?
A bit.
Water temp's about 44.5. There you go. Oops. 245 behind the boat on a 3-color lead core, huh?
Yep. And I think I may have 4 colors on this actually.
You're not positive?
Not positive, but I will confirm on the way down.
Details matter.
That last color looks a lot like the braid.
Yeah, that's the problem when you run blue on blue like that, if you're running blue braid.
Not any size, but what do you say, proof of concept?
Proof of concept. Kitty? Like the trout tricks is about the only thing they've been hitting on this morning. Running a flatfish over here a little bit. Let's see what we can do with that. It's going pretty slow. It's a little bigger.
A little fatty.
Pretty much the Pete Fisher trout tricks worm show today.
He came back for it 3 times and then he took a little drag, and now it's hard to tell if he's even there. Again, 4 colors, and then probably another 20-30 feet into the backing. 245 feet behind the boat, running a mini willow leaf and a bubblegum trout tricks worm. Glad we didn't get that on camera.
You know, we miss all the good stuff that's on camera, like Pete hooking himself.
Again and again.
Normally we just scatter a bunch of wiggle discs on the bottom of the boat, step on them right at the beginning, get it out of the way.
And Mike's being generous because that's usually me.
Should buy stock in that company as much as I smash them.
I know.
There's size out here, but we are getting some color on them anyway.
So Mike's hooked up and kind of changed tactics a little bit. He had 3 colors on his, and he prefers not to fish so far behind the boat, so he put his leadcore setup away and went with just a lead trolling weight and a braid setup. And how far behind the boat were you, Mike?
150 feet back, and I got about 5/8 of an ounce of lead on there.
Again, we're trolling 1.5.
So that is just a pink trout trix on a slow death behind a Dodger, and it looks like that trout trix is going to be brewing. A giant trout, but I'll take him. He's got one on his new fish cam.
That was an ounce of lead, 50 feet behind the boat. It's a good thing he ain't a monster because this rod don't have the backbone to handle up. Ah. That was a rolled worm, 50 feet with an ounce of lead.
Beauty. Yep. Back on the pink trout trix.
I was actually bringing it up. I thought, okay, we got some chop on the water. It was a little overcast, so I was going to bring it up. And as I brought it up, he hit. That's a thing.
A little guy.
Easy. So Mike's hooked up. He's dropped down to 167 feet.
Yeah, behind the boat. So I really have no idea how deep that is.
That was running 5/8 ounce, we believe, inline trolling sinker at 167 feet behind the boat. Oh, double. Gig Harbor double.
Just go ahead and step on that down. He ain't very big, but get him in the net here. I can't really pick him up any other way.
So we got kind of a bite here. I've lost 3 bites. Mike boated a fish not too long ago, and Mike's on another one right now. Trout trix worms on both sides of the boat.
Got him. Speak your wisdom.
I have no wisdom. We seem to have dialed in a pretty good bite. Been a pretty good day on American Lake for us. This lake can vex us more than probably any other lake we fish.
Look at that.
Now that is a nice net job.
I got him right, right as the lure came out, so we'll get rid of him. He's got some nice spots on him, though, you see?
Yep, nice color.